Ode to the West Wind by Shelley as representative of his poems. Ode to the West Wind is a poem that represents Shelley because in its a small area it mirrors in a very conspicuous manner the special qualities which characterize Shelley's poetry, especially his lyrics. Shelley possessed in a very remarkable measure all those qualities which distinguish him as a supreme lyricist among all the romantic poets of his age or any age. Two features mark out any great lyric. They are the intensity of emotion sincerely felt and the power of sweet, impressive expression in language. The Ode to the West Wind has this in great abundance. In the ode, there is perfect harmony between emotion and expression. The spirit of thought finds for itself the most apt garb of language. The great sweep of the west wind stirs the heart of the poet. His passion at first seems to center around the great mighty onrush of the wind. He loses himself in the strong sweep of the wind. This is a particularly Shelleyan characteristic or feature, namely his power of depicting the wild and tumultuous aspects of nature, the grand and the impressive, the mighty and the forceful. The west wind is a destructive force, an energy of devastation on earth, sky, and ocean. Then, along with his mighty description of the destruction and devastation of the west wind in three different regions, we find the characteristic Shelleyan imageries. The real is explained by comparison with the visionary and the impalpable. The dead leaves are like ghosts driven by the enchanter. The spring blows her clarion to awaken the buried seeds into new life. Again, there is the characteristic description of the vegetation at the bottom of the ocean, which has colors so beautiful that the sense spends picturing them. Greater than these is Shelley's superpower of personification, which is manifested in the whole poem. Image making is his natural gift, and this makes him exceptionally conspicuous among the poets before and after Shelley. The west wind is pictured as a terrible destructive agent, a deity of classical mythology who treads on land and sky and sea, inspiring terror and bringing devastation, destruction wherever it moves. The blue Mediterranean is a peace loving old god who sleeps in the summer of Bay's Bay, lulled by the quiet of his crystalline streams. The storm that gathers on the horizon is personified as a fearful destruction deity whose locks fly and scatter dismay throughout the sky dome. Imagination staggers to follow the rapid succession of such imageries A series of overpowering pictures are held forth before the mind's eye and stupefy all reason and criticism. This is peculiarly, especially Shelleyan. There is also the characteristic Shelleyan note full of melancholy and frustration. His mind finds no rest in the sorry scheme of things as he sees in human society. He falls upon the thorns of life, he bleeds. Tyrant custom has changed his impetuous soul, which was once as fierce, tameless, and overbearing as the spirit of west wind itself. The poet also gasps and pants with the puffing heat and steam of his imagination. He exerts himself and feels deprived of all energy and seeks the aid of the mighty west wind to infuse energy in him. Make me thy lyre even as the forest is, and he will be inspired with a furious energy which will burst into a harmony sweet though in sadness and will drive his dead thoughts as the wind drives the dead leaves to generate a new birth. Last of all, we have the characteristic Chilean idealism, the vision of the millennium, the golden flaming age, when the dead sparks from the fire of his message will burn out the evils in society and recreate a new society where love and truth and freedom will rule and reign supreme.